The 21st century has witnessed a resurgence of authoritarianism. Strongmen leaders wielding significant power and influence have emerged across the globe. These figures often prioritize national strength, order, and traditional values. They frequently clash with democratic norms and institutions. Their rule has profound implications for human rights, international relations, and the global order. This essay examines three of the most powerful authoritarian leaders in 2024, Vladimir Putin of Russia, Xi Jinping of China, and Kim Jong-un of North Korea. These leaders, despite their geographical and ideological differences, share commonalities. They have consolidated power within their respective countries. They exercise strict control over information and dissent. They project an image of strength and national revival on the world stage. Understanding their motivations, methods, and goals is crucial for navigating the complexities of contemporary geopolitics. Vladimir Putin, a former KGB agent, rose to power in Russia amidst the chaos and uncertainty following the collapse of the Soviet Union. He promised stability, order, and a return to national greatness. Over his 2 decades in power, Putin has steadily consolidated his grip on Russia's political system. He has silenced opposition, muzzled the media, and cultivated a cult of personality. Putin's Russia is characterized by a powerful centralized state, a resurgent military, and a foreign policy focused on restoring Russia's influence on the world stage. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine, initiated by Putin's invasion in 2022, exemplifies his willingness to use military force to achieve strategic objectives. Putin's actions have drawn condemnation from the West and resulted in crippling economic sanctions. However, he remains defiant, presenting himself as a defender of Russian interests against Western aggression. Xi Jinping, the paramount leader of China, has overseen a period of unprecedented economic growth and military expansion. Since assuming power in 2012, Xi has consolidated his authority within the Chinese Communist Party. He has eliminated rivals, strengthened party control over all aspects of society, and enshrined himself as the core of the Chinese leadership. Xi's vision for China is one of national rejuvenation. He seeks to restore China to its rightful place as a leading global power. He has implemented ambitious economic reforms, expanded China's military capabilities, and asserted Chinese influence in the South China Sea and beyond. Xi's China is both an economic powerhouse and a potential challenger to the existing world order. His assertive foreign policy and tightening grip on power have raised concerns in the West about China's growing influence and authoritarian trajectory. Kim Jong-un, the third generation of the Kim dynasty to rule North Korea, inherited a country isolated from the world. He has continued his father's legacy of prioritizing military development and maintaining an iron grip on power. Under his leadership, North Korea has accelerated its nuclear weapons program. It has conducted numerous missile tests, defying international sanctions and raising tensions on the Korean peninsula. Kim's rule is characterized by secrecy, repression, and a pervasive cult of personality. He maintains absolute control over all aspects of North Korean society. He tolerates no dissent and enforces strict obedience through fear and intimidation. While Kim has engaged in diplomatic overtures with South Korea and the United States, his commitment to denuclearization remains questionable. North Korea's nuclear ambitions and unpredictable behavior make it one of the most pressing security challenges facing the international community. The economic realities of these three nations present a complex picture. Russia, heavily reliant on energy exports, faces significant challenges due to sanctions imposed after the invasion of Ukraine. China, despite its economic prowess, grapples with slowing growth, rising debt, and an aging population. North Korea, burdened by international sanctions and a command economy, struggles with poverty and food insecurity. Despite these challenges, each leader harbors global ambitions. Putin seeks to restore Russia's influence in its near abroad and challenge the Western-led world order. Xi aims to make China the dominant power in Asia and a leading force in global affairs. Kim, through his nuclear program, demands recognition on the world stage and seeks to guarantee the survival of his regime. A hallmark of these authoritarian regimes is their tight control over information and suppression of dissent. Putin's Russia has effectively silenced independent media outlets. It has imprisoned or exiled political opponents. Xi's China employs sophisticated censorship mechanisms. It uses advanced technology to monitor citizens and punish those deemed critical of the government. Kim's North Korea exists as a hermetically sealed state. It completely controls information flow and imposes severe punishments for any perceived disloyalty. These leaders understand the importance of controlling the narrative and shaping public opinion. They use propaganda, censorship, and intimidation to maintain their grip on power. They cultivate an atmosphere of fear and suspicion, making it difficult for opposition to organize or gain traction. The actions of these authoritarian leaders have profound implications for international relations and global stability. Putin's invasion of Ukraine shattered European security. It reignited Cold War-era tensions between Russia and the West. Xi's assertive foreign policy in the South China Sea and his support for Russia raised concerns about China's willingness to challenge the existing world order. Kim's nuclear brinkmanship threatens regional stability and poses a direct challenge to the global non-proliferation regime. The rise of these authoritarian powers presents a challenge to the rules-based international order. Their willingness to use military force, engage in economic coercion, and undermine democratic norms has created a more unstable and unpredictable world. The future trajectory of these authoritarian leaders and their regimes remains uncertain. Putin faces growing domestic pressure due to the economic fallout from the war in Ukraine. Xi must navigate China's economic slowdown and the potential for social unrest. Kim's grip on power, while seemingly absolute, could be threatened by internal challenges or external pressures. Despite these challenges, authoritarianism, with its emphasis on strong leadership, national strength, and order, continues to hold appeal for some. The struggle between democracy and authoritarianism is likely to define the 21st century. The outcome of this struggle will have profound consequences for the future of global governance, human rights, and the very nature of international relations.